will just take a moment to introduce myself. For those of you who are new, I'm Jessie Mahoney. I am a certified yoga teacher. I'm also a pediatrician and a life coach who does what I call mindful coaching, where I blend mindfulness and life coaching and relationship coaching and parent coaching all together. And I teach these classes most Saturdays at 9 as a passion project because it's fun. I started a couple of years ago at the beginning of the pandemic, and they've just grown, and it's fun to see everyone come back and new people join us on Saturdays. And for those of you who can't come live or you want to take other classes, they end up on YouTube and you can do them on your own schedule there if you have a conflict or I have a conflict, which happens occasionally. And each class, I try to pick a theme to blend into the class. And this class is to honor National Physicians Day week, which is this week. And the theme that came to mind around that is this idea of appreciating and celebrating. And for many of us, appreciating and looking at the positive and looking at how far we've come is not our default way to move through the world. And so I thought we'd spend this hour appreciating and celebrating. And for any of you who are not physicians, there's always a journey in our life and many things to appreciate and celebrate that we often forget to pay attention to. And so with that, take a moment to arrive on your mat, wherever you are in this world. I know we have folks from all over the country and maybe even other countries joining us. Finding your sit bones or your ischial spines and connecting them into the earth beneath you. Finding that deeply rooted sense of connectedness, centeredness, settled, landing, rooted, grounded, whatever visualization works for you. Finding that moment where you can pause and reconnect to yourselves. We spend so much time moving through different things, finding a moment here to come back to you, to pause and be. And taking a moment as you sit to flip your palms open on your thighs, if that works for you. If it doesn't, do what feels right. Letting that beautiful light in and the idea of hope and this idea of spaciousness and reflection. And taking a moment here to consider how far you have come on your journey of life, whatever that may have been. Letting go of what's next or how far you have still to go or the things that need to be fixed, but how far you've come and that beautiful journey it took to get here. And not even focusing on the here, but who you became along the way. Taking a moment to honor, reflect, celebrate, and appreciate that journey. The good and the bad, the joys, the tremendous learning, the tremendous growth, all the good stuff too. Letting it all in. Sorry, I'm just going to mute that noise. And considering how you might be able to savor this moving forward. We spend so much time in our lives these days noticing what's wrong and what's broken with the medical system, the world, all the things. And perhaps in this moment, we can let go of that and just enjoy. Savor the beautiful moments, the journey, the learnings, the fun parts. Not because the other parts didn't matter or don't need to be fixed, but just to shift our focus, to appreciate all that has come before and all that has become a part of us knowing that wherever we go next, we're bringing all of that with us. So many beautiful moments and good things too. Taking in an inhale in through your nose, and an exhale, let it out. Breathing in this hope, optimism, a little bit of the rose-colored glasses this morning. Breathing out that frustration and resentment and fixing approach. Taking in another big inhale, softening every nook and cranny. And exhale, let it go. And taking a moment to appreciate everyone here with us today from all over. Letting their journeys, many of whom we don't even know, inspire you. All of the different ways of being and moving through this beautiful life and world. Letting those possibilities and inspirations seep into you for a moment here. Perhaps even wiggling your fingers, noticing your palms, letting that positive energy come up through your arms right into your heart space. As I was thinking about this class, I was reminded of my week at Sagrada a week or so ago. And what people wrote afterwards about what inspired them was the other people. And I think sometimes we don't pause to let ourselves be inspired by everyone else's journey. And so allowing that here as well, being inspired by all the different journeys and lives and ways of doing things, remembering there's no right way to do it. Each and every one of us unique and inspiring in our own way. And when you're ready, bring a hand to heart and another hand atop, connecting with your heart space. As I always like to encourage, coming back to your heart. Taking a moment to listen to your heart, your desires, your wishes, your dreams. Connecting with those you had long ago, and perhaps how they've shifted and changed in this moment. Letting them all be there together. And an encouragement to pause and to listen. My wish for all of you as we move on from this year's celebration of Physicians' Day and into the spring is to pause. A wish to pause, a wish to breathe, a wish to listen, a wish to take good care of yourself, or as good care of yourself as you take of others. A wish to go to the bathroom, sleep, eat well. And a wish to step into hope and inspiration and appreciation and celebration. To step out of the doing and the pushing and the fixing and all of the problems, and to take a moment each and every day to connect with the delight and the joy and the fun and the humans and the connections. Taking a moment to let all that seep in. Come back to the breath, breathing in through your nose, sending that breath right into the heart space under your hands. And then exhale, letting go, softening. Inhaling the breath and the hope and the shifting perspectives. Letting go of any tightness and softening. Taking 3 more breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth at your own pace. And pause to notice how you feel. Pause to notice that gift of the breath. Remembering your breath is always available to you wherever you are, whoever you're with, whatever frustrations of the day, are in the moment, coming back to the breath, using it to shift the energy, the perspective, the focus, and using it as a gift to you. Bringing your hands to heart center, rubbing your palms together, waking them up a little bit, bringing in the movement. Bring your thumbs right into your sternum, fingers reach towards the sky, and set your intention. A lighthearted wish or aspiration for this time on our mat together today. Whatever it might be, perhaps it's appreciation, celebration, hope, inspiration, whatever word comes to mind, exploring it, inviting it in. And a final moment to honor who you are, who you've become, the journey here, the journey forward. And just this moment in time here on April 1st on your mat, a moment to enjoy being in this moment. When you're ready, lower your hands and open your eyes, and we'll come back together. And just notice how you feel. Reconnect with your sit bones. Let your hands fall by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms towards the sky, shimmy the waist, wiggle a little, and reach, stretch, fill yourself with breath. Exhale, round forward and suck your navel all the way back. Enjoy. Inhale, reach tall, 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 slight arch back. Exhale, round forward, suck your navel all the way back. Reach the crown of your head all the way forward. Inhale, reach tall towards the sky. Exhale, drop your right hand to the mat. All 5 fingers spread wide. Bend your right elbow. Left hip connects into the earth. Reach the left hand over the left ear and open your whole left side body. Huge breath into every nook and cranny. Fan the ribs open. Exhale, if it works for your neck, gaze over the left shoulder and breathe out. Breathing in all the goodness. Exhale, letting go and softening, stretching, creating a little space. Press into your right hand, reach up towards the sky. Inhale, reach tall, shimmy your side body, lengthen the waist. Exhale, drop your left hand, right hip grounds into the earth, right arm gracefully reaches over the right ear. Open the ribs, fan open the nooks and crannies, breathe into it. Bend the left elbow gently. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder if that works for you. Noticing here this feeling of hope, a willingness to stretch and open and shift. Exhale, let it out. Pressing into the left hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale your arms out towards the side walls. Wrap your arms around you in front, giving yourself a huge hug. Wiggle your fingers to the inner medial edge of the scapula. If you can reach, lift your elbows up over your chest with kindness and lower them down. Taking in a huge inhale and squeezing tight, gifting yourself a hug. We always wait for someone else to appreciate us. Sending that appreciation for the whole journey as you squeeze tight. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest, roll your back forward and release forward. Inhale, chin comes up to neutral. Untangle your arms, stretch them wide, wide, wide to the side walls. Wrists are flexed, fingers spread wide. All 5 fingers spread equal pie shapes. Pinch your scapula together and enjoy the awakening and the sensations. Exhale, release. Pinch your scapula together, inhale. Exhale, release. Wrap your arms in the opposite direction, left elbow under right. Huge hug on this side. Reach to the medial edge of the scapula. Gift yourself that hug. Lift your elbows up over your chest, lower them down, drop your chin to chest, roll down, squeeze, huge hug. Appreciating yourself and the journey that you have been on. Exhale, release. Chin comes back to neutral. Untangle your arms, stretch them wide and lower them down. Shrug your shoulders all the way up to your ears as high as you can. Drop your occiput into the shoulder area and enjoy all the sensations, squeezing everything together. Fingers light, wiggle the fingers tight, 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 releasing the tension. Exhale, letting go and softening. Noticing the integration, allowing the pause, something that many of us have forgotten to do along the way. Perhaps we can infuse more of that pause and breathe in through your nose, infusing more of the breath. Exhale, release, and let go. Take a moment and notice your heart space already. Perhaps bring a hand to heart and notice if perhaps it feels different. Already appreciating a bit of a shift. Lower your hands. Spread your legs wide into a wide angle pose. You can stay up on your block or bolster if you wish. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward here, lean forward, hinge at the waist. Your spine is aligned all the way up through the crown of your head. With an aligned spine, things work much more easily. Also noticing your core and your center, focusing your energy right on your navel, wrapping your belly around like a corset as you tilt forward and align the spine as high and tall as you can. The crown of the head reaching towards the sky with grace and compassion. You'll bring your hands towards the floor. Place them on the floor if you can reach, if you're still sitting upright. Once again, back is flat, hinging at the waist. You'll place your hands lightly on the floor. Flex your ankles, toes reach towards your nose, spread your toes wide. Use your toes as energetic conduits. Let the energy come in through the toes, spread each and every toe wide. If that feels new to you, take a moment to attend to the toes. They are a resource that are often underutilized. As a pediatrician, babies use their toes all the time. We forget how. Spread your toes wide, wide, wide. Notice the energetic shifts in your feet as you do that and your legs. Energy coming up through the legs, into the groin, into the belly. Belly is engaged. Walk your hands a little bit farther forward. Bend your elbows if you can. Back is flat. Breathing in through the balls of the feet, wiggling your toes light. Huge inhale right into the heart space. Your heart shines forward towards everyone here joining us, appreciating and celebrating all of it. Taking a moment to step out of the drama and the problems and just enjoying. Bend your elbows softly once again and notice the sensations, an abundance of sensations. Savoring them. Sliding up towards your groin, stacking your spine once again. Use your belly to take good care of you. Align the spine all the way up towards the sky. Your hands will come down by your waist. Inhale, reach them up towards the sky. Belly is engaged. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Lower your left hand to the left thigh. Right hand will kickstand behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Twists are to help you find your center and spine lengtheners. Inhale, lengthen and align. When you're aligned as a team and even within your own body and life, things are much easier. Inhale, align, lengthen, stretch, strengthen. Exhale, wring it out, letting go of what's not in the way, the clutter, the dust, the cobwebs, the frustrations. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, appreciate, grow, celebrate. Exhale, wring it out. Reach both arms up towards the sky, twist back to center, drop your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the waist, reach tall, grow elegantly, reach towards the sky. Exhale, twist to the left, drop your left hand behind, right hand to the thigh. Inhale, reach tall, grow tall, lengthen. Exhale, wring it out. Inhale, align, stretch, and strengthen right through your core and your middle. Exhale, wring it out, stretch. Inhale, both arms reach up towards the sky. Come back to center, reach your arms out towards the side. You'll draw your legs together. Bend your knees and remove whatever you're sitting on. We're going to come into butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Draw your heels in towards you. Find your ischial spines once again and have a little rock. Connect into the earth. Find your center and your sense of safety, stability before moving on. Hands will come to your ankles. Draw your ankles in towards you as close as you can. Take a moment to tilt the pelvic bowl anteriorly. Stack your spine, grow the vertebrae all the way up towards the sky. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Huge inhale, drink a breath right into the heart space. Exhale, let it out. And take a moment here to appreciate, one, all the things that your body can do here. We spend so much time criticizing. And also the journey that you and all these body parts have been on, all the places you've gone, things you've seen. Breathing in all of that. And breathing out and softening. Huge inhale once again. Tilt the pelvic bowl forward slightly. Hug the ankles and heels in towards you slightly. Stack your spine. If your arms and chest are having an issue, bend the elbows and press the arms towards the chest from the outside so you can sit up beautiful and tall and graceful. Huge inhale. And exhale, let it out. Release your hands, stretch your legs long in front, and once again, move the flesh of your seat out of the way, taking time to transition well, not rushing from one thing to the next, and taking time to appreciate, once again, all the things that work here. As you tilt your pelvic bowl forward, your knees will bend gently, ankles will flex, toes will spread wide, belly is engaged. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward towards those beautiful toes and ankles. Release your head and neck. Lower your knees towards the floor and embrace all the sensations in the back of the legs. Bend your elbows, fold towards your legs, and notice the energetic shifts. Taking time to enjoy the experience. Spread your toes once again, using them to shift. Subtle is significant. Tiny changes. Wiggle your toes. Let a little lightheartedness in. Pointing your toes. Notice the change. Point, 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 and flex the ankles. Toes come towards your knees. Notice that shift. Embracing it and enjoying it. It may be a little intense. And noticing that it also feels good. Slide up your shins to your knees, to your thighs, and we'll sweep our feet around, coming to hands and knees. Drop onto your forearms. Palms will be on the floor, fingers will spread wide. Lower your forehead to the floor, coming into puppy pose right away for fun. Shift your hips back and walk your hands forward until you find that spot where the scapula let you know they're there. Sending the breath into that tightness. We carry so much of the tightness and heaviness in the shoulders. Send the breath into the armpits, the upper chest, the area between your scapula. Even wiggle your fingers forward a little bit more. Perhaps wiggle your rear end. Your tops of your feet will be on the floor. Take a moment with your third eye, forehead onto the floor. Breathing in through your nose. Savoring and enjoying all the sensations here. Enjoying the release of tension, the release of tightness. Appreciating all that your shoulders and neck have carried with you and allowing it to soften and release and let go. Walk your hands back towards you. We'll come up to hands and knees. Inhale for cow pose. Enjoy the front of your belly. Exhale, round into cat. Drop your head and neck and enjoy. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat.
Inhale for cow.
And exhale into a final cat here. Allowing yourself to enjoy. Come back to tabletop. Stretch your right leg long onto your toe, drop your heel, reach your right arm towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Exhale, drop your right arm over your right ear. Breathe into every nook and cranny of the right side body, outer edge of the right foot, all the way through the right hand. Breathing in appreciation. Exhale, let it out. Noticing all that this body has done, become, experienced, seen, witnessed. Exhale, soften. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your right hand into your left hip crease. Roll the right shoulder open, gaze upward. Notice the opening in the chest. Notice your heart space. Roll open here. Giving your heart room to fill space and sending some appreciation, love, and kindness there. Perhaps agreeing to move forward with more kindness and care towards yourself. Less judgment, less push, less hurry, less urgency. Breathing in once again, notice as you're here, different sensations pop up, perhaps in your waist, in your hips, in your shoulders. Breathing in. Exhale, huge release. Send the breath all the way down through the right waist, out to the outer edge of the right foot. Reach the right arm up towards the sky once again. Exhale the right arm over the right ear. Raise your right foot up in the air, coming into a balanced pose. Wiggle your fingers and your toes lightly. Perhaps roll your ankle and your wrist. Lower the right foot down. Come back to hands and knees. In the transition, inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Suck that navel all the way up. Allow yourself to enjoy it and savor it. Come back to hands and knees. Stretch your left leg long onto the tiptoe of the left foot. Drop your left heel to the floor. Reach your left arm up towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Exhale the left arm over the left ear and stretch through the whole left side body. Enjoy it fully. Huge, nourishing, cleansing breaths into every tight nook and cranny. Send the breath into the armpit, into the chest, into the waist, into the psoas, all the way down through the left foot. Huge inhale. Stretch, reach, lengthen, align. Exhale, reach the left hand towards the sky. Inhale, reach tall once again. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, drop the left hand into the right hip crease. Roll that left shoulder open. Roll the heart open, gaze upward. And enjoy here for a moment. All the different sensations. Notice the top of the left waist. And notice your heart here with some room to fill more fully. Softening, breathing, taking some time to care for yourself as well as you do for others. Gifting yourself kindness, compassion, grace, support for the journey, and appreciation for the journey so far, and perhaps hope and excitement for the future. Can you bring any of that into this heart space? Reach that left arm up towards the sky once again. Exhale, lower the left arm over the left ear, raise the left foot up, come into a balanced pose. Press your heel in one direction, fingers in the other, enjoy it. Stretch long, breathing into every nook and cranny that pops open here. Huge breath in. Exhale, lower your foot, lower your hand, coming back to hands and knees. Walk your hands forward, a handprint, curl your toes, and lift up to downward dog. Your sit bones will reach towards the sky. Downward dog is a spine stretch. Thinking about it in that capacity, reach your hips, the apex, towards the sky. Press into your hands, engage your elbows, humeral heads into the shoulder sockets. Lift your hips high, high, high.
Lower your forehead towards the floor. Lift up onto your tiptoes as high as you can. Stretching, lengthening, creating space. And taking a moment here upside down to shift your perspective. Perhaps look back between your legs. Huge inhale into your heart space here. Exhale, lower your heels towards the floor and enjoy that energetic shift. Huge cleansing, nourishing in-breath. Exhale, soften. Lift up all 10 toes onto the balls of your feet here as your heels are reaching towards the floor. Notice the shifts and enjoy them. Notice if you're holding your breath. Exhale, lower the toes and enjoy. Walk your hands towards your feet, coming into an easy forward fold here. And allow your back to release fully. Your hands can clasp each elbow, outer elbow, and release the head and neck towards the floor. Notice and enjoy. Huge breath in. And a huge breath out. Enjoy. Another big breath in. And exhale, let it out. Release your hands and reclasp them at your sacrum. Press your fists towards the sky, straight your elbows. Allow your hands to fall towards the front of the mat. Release the head and neck. The front of the shoulders, you will notice them here, perhaps between the scapula too. Notice your breath. Notice if you're holding your breath. Many of us along this journey of life have learned to hold our breath. Come back to the breath. Use the breath to help you. Huge breath in. Exhale, let your hands fall towards the front of the mat. Release the head and neck. Lift up your toes, all 10 of them. Spread them wide. Lower them down. Huge in-breath once again. Exhale, release your hands forward towards the front of the mat. Straight your left knee. Bend your right, twist to the left, and enjoy the awakening. Huge breath here. Exhale, let it out. Bend your left knee, straight your right, twist to the right, and enjoy. Lots of sensations. Noticing that sometimes these intense parts of the journey do some of the most amazing work. One more breath here, right into that front right shoulder, appreciating all that it has helped you with. Perhaps procedures, delivering babies, doing exams, lifting things, appreciating it, all the tension, worry, and stress that's also carried. Sending it kindness, allowing it to soften and release. Exhale, bend both knees, come back to center. Release your hands another inch or two forward and enjoy. Huge release here. Wiggle your toes, lift them up. Remember to breathe. Exhale, hands come back to the sacrum. Run them down the backs of your legs slowly and roll up inch by inch. No hurry to arrive. The journey is as important as the arrival. Thinking back to your journey through life and the importance of that journey, more important even than where you end up, is who you become along the way. Taking a moment here to wiggle your fingers and your toes, letting that blood flow shift. Huge inhale and exhale, let it out. And a moment here to let things settle. No hurry to move on to the next thing. Engage your core. Lift up onto your tiptoes, balancing here. Bring your hands to heart center, noticing when your hands come together, thumbs come to sternum, the sense of settledness and strength that comes right into your core and heart space. Taking in an in-breath. Exhale, still on your tiptoes, slowly lower down, wiggles and wobbles along the way, appreciating the journey, coming all the way down towards the earth, lots of wiggles, wobbles, shakes, and pause at the bottom.
Notice how you feel. Press the thumbs into the sternum once again, using them as a source of strength and support. Another resource. Focus on your belly, your thumbs, your sternum, your heart space. Inhale, and slowly rise up, inch by inch by inch by inch, all the way towards the top, reaching as tall as you can, high on your tiptoes, appreciating those wiggles and wobbles. Lower your heels towards the earth, lower your hands, and pause for a moment. Breathing. Notice the value of the breath, the shifts with the breath. Remembering once again, your breath is always available to you. Most of us along the way of medicine have begun to hold our breath. Learning to breathe again is one of the most valuable tools as a parent, mother, doctor, partner, all of the things, colleague. Breathing in once again, huge breath in, bathing every cell with the breath and the nourishing oxygen. And exhale, let it out. We're going to come into tree pose, lifting up all 10 toes and lowering them down. Kickstand your right foot. Your right heel will come into the left inner calf, pardon me. Bring your hands to heart center. Once again, use your thumbs as a source of strength and centeredness. And in the rest of your life, perhaps it's your thumbs in your sternum, perhaps it's hand to heart, noticing what brings you calm and safety and this sense of strength. If it feels good, raise your right sole of the foot to the left inner calf. If it feels better, raise it all the way up to the inner thigh. Don't place it over your knee. One of the main things is to do no harm to ourselves as well. Higher is not better. Tuck that right knee back gently towards the back wall behind you. Engage the glute. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Taking a moment to enjoy this tree pose. Noticing that trees are beautiful in their journey. All the ways in which they have moved through the world, losing leaves, regaining leaves, getting lumps and bumps, perhaps woodpeckers storing their acorns in them with lots of holes, all beautiful in their irregularities. They're not perfect. They just are. Reach your branches up towards the sky. If it feels good, wiggle your fingers, enjoy the stretch, enjoy the alignment. Bring your hands back to heart center. Draw your knee towards the front, lower it down, roll your ankles with kindness. Do no harm to that left calf, sending it breath, oxygen, movement, untangling any tight spots. Let it go of whatever it's carrying. And come back to stand on both feet. Take a moment to notice your feet. Our feet are fabulous, lifting up all 10 toes and lowering them down. Notice the 4 corners of your feet and even the arches. Send the energy down through the right leg into the earth, rooting it down like a tree trunk. Hands once again to heart center, thumbs to your sternum. Kickstand your left foot into the right inner calf, knee is bent. Slide the sole of the left foot up the calf to the inner thigh if you wish, but once again, not over your knee. Do no harm to yourself. And pause here for a moment, perhaps setting that intention to do no harm to yourself going forward. Many of us along our journeys in medicine and as parents and as spouses and all the other roles, even daughters and friends and colleagues, we do harm to ourselves. And yet almost all of us took an oath to do no harm. And so perhaps for today forward, noticing where you do harm and setting an intention to no longer. As simple as not putting your foot over your knee and beyond. If and when you feel ready, reach your arms, branches towards the sky and enjoy that stretch and growth and alignment. Noticing all that's working. And if it's not working, grace and compassion. You can lower your foot to the floor. Neither is better or worse. Some days are balanced days, some days are not. Bring your hands back to heart center. Draw your knee towards the front, lower it down, shake it out. Rolling out your ankles, releasing tension. wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. A little lightheartedness is good for all of us. Come to the top of your mat if you're not at the top of your mat. Notice your feet once again. Lift up all 10 toes, root them into the earth. Draw up the earth's energy through your legs, to your knees, to your hips. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward, engage your belly, align your spine. Huge inhale and exhale. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Your spine is straight, rear end sticks out, back is flat, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale for another half lift. Enjoy your spine here. Letting go of tension. Exhale, lower down. Step your right foot back, pardon me. We're going to come into a high lunge here, straight from the forward fold. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink into that high lunge. Your left knee should not extend beyond your left ankle. If you need to wiggle your toes farther forward, do that. Huge in-breath. Stretch the fingers tall, tall, tall. Lengthen both side bodies. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, sink in and enjoy the right front hip. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink in and enjoy. Straight your front knee and bend your front knee. Inhale, straight the front knee. Exhale, bend the front knee. Pause and send some love and appreciation to the front right hip. Huge breath in. Exhale, let it out. Bring your right thumb and middle finger to the left wrist. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, tip to the right an inch or so and send the breath into the right hip once again. Inhale, tug the left wrist gently to the right. Subtle is significant here. Exhale, sink in a little more. Come back to center, release your hands. Bring your hands to heart center. Pop your back foot forward about 2 feet. Shift your weight into the front foot. We're going to shift forward into warrior 3 for fun. Coming into this warrior pose, your back foot may be on the earth. It may be raised up. It doesn't matter. Enjoying the tilting forward. Some of you may want to fly. Appreciating the journey. A little bit of Superman-esque. Some of you may want to keep your thumb to your sternum. Pausing and appreciating what your body wants to do here on this side, and it may be different than the other side. Roll the right ankle in either direction. Wiggle your toes, inviting softness. As you grip, invite the softness. Notice the relaxing in for the journey. And another moment of appreciation. Lower your back foot down, reach your arms up towards the sky. Lower your hands on either side of that right foot, hop the back foot forward, come into a pyramid pose, and send the breath and appreciation to the back of the left thigh. Hamstring, huge breaths. Notice if you're holding your breath. 2 more breaths here. Walk the back foot forward to meet the front, coming into a forward fold once again. Bend your knees, clasp your elbows, let yourself hang and release. Lifting up all 10 toes, lowering them down, shifting your weight forward, back to the left and the right. Find your center. Noticing that you know where your center is. If you pause and breathe and gift yourself time to find it. Lower your hands to the floor. Step the left foot back. We're going to come right back into high lunge on this side. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And notice perhaps if you're wobbly coming into it in this way rather than downward dog. It's a little bit different approach. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink in. Tack your right hip back and your left hip forward. And pay attention to that right knee. Is it extending beyond the right ankle? Wiggle the toes forward. Do no harm to yourself above all. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink in. Bend that front knee. Taking good care of you and that left hip. Releasing tension in the left hip. Huge breath in. Love and appreciation for all the miles you've walked, mountains you've climbed, desks you've sat at, with lots of use in that hip flexor. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink in, release, soften, appreciate. Left thumb and middle finger grab the right wrist, tilt gently to the left, and notice the slight, subtle shifts. Breathing in, noticing where you may be tightening and inviting some softness. Send the breath. Relax in. Noticing what happens when you relax in. It's a little bit of a new burst of energy. We spend a lot of energy resisting, tightening, and reacting. Coming back to center, bring your hands to heart center. Press off your back foot, hop forward a foot or two, shift your weight into that front foot, raise your back foot, coming into warrior three, tipping forward. If you want to fly like Superman, enjoy that. If you want to have your hands by your side, do what works for you and your shoulders. Appreciating if you have limitations, how you got them, where you got to with the limitations, celebrating all that is perhaps rather than that is not. As many of you know, I have a lot of shoulder limitations. And so I often spend time changing my mindset. They're not limitations. They were, opportunities, things I grew through, opportunities to still be here. Wiggling your ankles, your fingers. And when you're ready, lower your back foot, reach your arms up, coming back into the high lunge. Take a moment to sink back in, soften and release the front left hip, breathing into it and enjoying it. Huge breath in. Reach your fingers tall, tall, tall. Notice the alignment and the power of the breath. Exhale, lower your hands, hop the back foot forward, come into a pyramid pose. Send the breath into the back of the right leg. Appreciating that hamstring. All the places you and that hamstring have been. All the ways in which your hamstring helps you do things that you love and enjoy. Hop your back foot forward to meet the front. Engage your belly and roll right up to stand. Slowly, inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow yourself to arrive standing and let the blood flow settle and shift. Gifting yourself time. No hurry, no rush, no urgency, which is our default. Taking time to enjoy, taking time to appreciate, celebrate, and notice all the shifts that have happened so far. Notice how you feel different today in this moment than perhaps you did even 45 minutes ago. Appreciating the tingles, the release, the softening. Bring a hand to heart and another hand atop. Pressing the heel of the hand into the heart space. Releasing that oxytocin with intention. And taking a moment to notice it circulating. That feel-good hormone, helping you on this intention to appreciate and celebrate who you are, where you've been, who you've become. To celebrate and acknowledge. to savor the beauty of the journey, the beauty of the moments, even in all the mess. And if your eyes are closed, open them, and we will slowly transition down to a seat. Coming into double pigeon, which is one of my favorites. You will come to cross your legs, bring your knees together to shoulder height or even closer together if you can. Some of you may wish to come into cow face pose here, where you stack one knee, right knee atop the left. Others of you will draw your knees together, pick up the right ankle and place it atop the left knee. That's the traditional double pigeon. If anyone is super flexy in their hips and would like to cross their knees and grab their ankles coming into cow face pose, you can do that. Notice what works for you, and it may be different on this side than on the other side. Pausing and notice your pelvic bowl. Tilt that bowl forward, align your spine, and stack your vertebrae all the way up through the crown of your head. As you make those slight alignments in the vertebrae, you'll notice your hips release. Use the breath here to send it directly to any tightness. The intention of this pose here is to release in the hips. And for many of us, our journeys through medicine have had a lot of emotional challenges, burdens, stresses, costs. And we carry many of those in our hip. And to appreciate, honor, and celebrate the journey would be to send breath, oxygen, and softness, and love and kindness, and grace and compassion into the tightness of the hips, physically and emotionally. And so as you sit here, set that intention, tilt your pelvic bowl forward, align your spine, and notice the hips. Huge breath in and huge breath out. 2 more breaths here, adjusting in whatever way feels good to you. If you wish to fold forward a little bit more, do what is kind. More is not better, harder is not better, more release is not better. Taking a moment to listen to yourself and choose what's kind. Not something most of us were taught to do along the way. A wish for all of you moving forward is to act with kindness towards yourself. Gently begin to untangle. No rush, no hurry. Stretch your legs long in front. Take a moment to move that flesh of the seat with kindness. Even out your hips. Connect with your belly, reach both arms up, exhale, fold forward towards your toes, release your head and neck, giving yourself a moment to adjust before choosing the other side. Huge breath in and out. Sliding up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Recross your legs in the opposite direction. You can do the cow face pose or the double pigeon, left ankle over the right knee. Knees drawn more close together than the traditional cross-legged pose. Tilt that pelvic bowl forward, align your spine. Heart shines forward, light, open. Use the breath here, sending the breath into the hips, thanking them for their help, assistance, appreciating them, celebrating them, and sending kindness to all that has been carried in the hips. Huge breath in and out. As you sit, noticing your heart slow here. Noticing that things begin to slow even with the intensity of releasing. Inviting softness, inviting slowness. No hurry, no urgency. Making some micro adjustments, noticing what feels good, what's kind, what's helpful, what's too much. And again, there's no there, there's no outcome to any of these releases. It's who you become along the way, what you discover along the way, how you grow along the way, what you learned along the way. For anyone who's feeling stuck in their journey of medicine, this is just a moment in time. It's one point along a long journey. Huge breath into that heart space, filling it with the hope, inspiration, appreciation. Exhale, let it out. And slowly untangle your legs. Stretch them long once again. Press your knees towards the floor. This time, move the flesh of your seat, hinge at your waist, slide your hands down your thighs, flex your ankles towards and toes towards your knees, breathing into any remaining tightness. Exhale, release, fold forward a smidge more. Things will even. Slowly rise up, slide your hands up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Raise your arms parallel to your legs, engage your belly, and we'll roll down to the earth. Allow yourself time to arrive here and appreciate. Notice what's touching the floor with kindness. If you need to adjust, do that. And take a moment just to notice how you feel here. Bend your knees. Draw your knees together like they're knock-kneed. Feet on the outer edge of your mat. Outer edge of the feet aligned with the outer edges of the mat. Raise your arms over your head in an easy cactus shape. Inhale. Drop your knees to the right. Left knee reaches towards the front right corner of the mat. Left psoas pops open. Send the breath there. Exhale, gaze to the left if it feels good. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Draw your knees back to center, bring your gaze back to center, readjust your hips as needed, shoulders as needed. Huge breath in. Knees together once again, feet apart. Exhale, drop your knees to the left this time. Right knee comes to the front, left corner of the mat, right psoas. Get some love and attention. Send the breath there. Exhale, gaze to the right, if it feels good to your neck. Allow the soften and the release. Taking a moment here to appreciate what feels good. Bring your gaze back to center, your knees back to center. Bring your knees parallel, feet parallel. Draw your knees into your chest and have a little rock. Massage the lower back. Rock all the way to the edge, inviting a little fun and playfulness and kindness into it. If it would feel good, you can pop into happy baby. For some of you, that will feel like what your back would enjoy. Bring the soles of your feet together. Heels come into the groin. Release the inner thighs once again. Move your elbows out of the way of your chest. Huge breath in, all the way down into that groin space, sending it appreciation for the journey. Exhale, release. Lower your feet to the floor, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly. Taking a moment here in Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclining butterfly. A moment of appreciation for all that you are, all that you have become along the way. Perhaps even inviting a moment of wonder and awe, surprise, appreciation, celebration, whatever feels accessible. Trying it out. For most of you, your lives are a source of wonder, awe, inspiration to others. Taking a moment to receive that and allow it in. Stepping out of the struggle, the drama, the stuckness, all things that might need to be fixed or changed, and just allowing this awe, wonder, appreciation, beauty, celebration to soak in. When you're ready, bring your hands to your outer thighs, draw your knees together, stretch your legs long, and allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat, coming into Shavasana. Shavasana being the most important pose in yoga, in that it is about integration. Letting the work, the release, the alignment, the stretching, the strengthening, the softening, the hope, the inspiration, the appreciation, the celebration seep into all those nooks and crannies. Allowing yourself to relax in, letting go of control of the breath, letting the earth beneath you support you fully. And allowing yourself to be, to integrate, and to allow in the invitation of the wonder, the appreciation, the celebration, the awe, letting it all percolate into every nook and cranny. For anyone who wishes to stay in Shavasana longer, please do. It's the beauty of Zoom and YouTube yoga. Take as long as you need. Take as long as would feel good. And for those who are ready to come out, gently deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. And taking a moment to notice how you feel. Notice if it would feel good to stretch long in either direction and take in a big, deep, filling breath. And if so, exhale and release. I invite you to roll over to one side and pause for a moment. Another moment to pause, breathe, appreciate. Letting in the lightness of the awe and wonder, celebrations, sparkles, inspirations, perhaps your own journey and all those we share this space and this path and journey with. And when you're ready, slowly come up to a comfortable seat where we began. If you want to sit up on your block or bolster, feel free, or blanket or pillow, hips above the knees. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs. Realign your pelvic bowl and your spine, gently, kindly, stacking them up reaching towards the sky. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Flip your palms open towards the sky. Taking a moment here to notice, appreciate, and celebrate. Letting that beautiful light come up in through your hands, through your arms, right into that pocket behind your heart. The one you see on the lateral chest x-ray. Tucking in all of this goodness, these good feelings, the hope, appreciation, awe, wonder, and commitment to being kind, all into that heart space. Bring a hand to heart and another hand atop. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. May you all be well. May you all pause. May you all breathe deeply. May you all care for yourself as well as you do for others. May you all do no harm to yourself. May you all celebrate, appreciate, and notice the journey. Have a beautiful week.